Tea time. So today we're going to talk about my wet tile saw, the Kobalt that I bought a couple years ago in order to do one of my bathroom remodels. It's a tool review. Sit back, relax, and before we get started, do not forget to hit the like button. I want to be found. YouTube wants me to be found. Let's work together on this one. And while you're there, you might as well hit that subscribe button if you want. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way, every time content comes up, you are notified that it's on and ready to go. It is a nice day. It's slightly hot, not too hot, just enough to be annoying. So no bathroom photos, no video today on the bathroom. We're going to do a tool review. It's something that I've been doing often with a lot of the stuff that I've been, or project that I've been on this entire time, to do something on a review, and I want to do it on my wet tile saw that I have here. I actually picked this up about a year and a half ago through Lowe's. It was a display model that they were changing out. They were going to a different model. Now, I know what you're going to say, why are you reviewing something I can't get? That's not necessarily true. You can still get this somewhere. I don't know where. I'm just throwing that out there. But you can get something similar to this through Lowe's, which is the newer model. There are some slight differences that you will need to be aware of when you go in there to pick this up or pick the new one up and do that. Thus far, I've been pretty darn happy with this this wet tile saw. It has definitely had some things that I've had to learn and do from just messing with it, since I've never actually had anything different other than what this is here. So let's jump into it really quick. Well, I'll take that back. Let's not jump into it really quick. Alright, don't mind this being too dirty, but it's been in use, so that's kind of what happens when you use stuff. It gets dirty. This is a quintessential wet tile saw. Do ceramic, porcelain, slate, and also pavers. It's a 4,500 4,500 RPM motor, which is about a 15 amp, 2.4 horse motor. I mean, if you want to get really technical. It does have, this model does have the optional variable speed that you can change the speed on this. It has the run blade by itself, or you can actually add the water to it. It allows you to put the water in the pan, or you can put the pump in a bucket. So you do have those options. Some of the features that I do like on it is it does have the sliding deck, which will allow you to do anything from 20 or 12 inch up to 36 inch. So having that deck to be able to expand is pretty nice. Some of the other features that I do like on this is that it will allow you to basically have a chop style if you turn it out, so you could actually plunge cut tile if you needed to, which I have done that before on a couple tiles that I did on the bathroom. So, and it actually lets you set a depth as well. So if you needed to go a certain depth and this thing liked to move or something like that, you can do this as a drop stop. It's pretty handy to have, a nice feature to have on that as well. One of the other features that you get with this, it actually does give you the degree by which you can cut. You can get this set here. You can do a 20, you can do anything in the middle of it up to a 45 or a 0. It also has a stopper here, so if you needed to stop it to a certain degree or get it closer to that 45, that is what you can do to it. That's actually a very handy part of this tool, is having that to be able to do that. And just to kind of show you that degree, if you slide that table back off that right there, pull that back, and you have your degree that you can get into there. So that is a very handy feature to have, and I do like that feature because I did use that on my last project of doing 45s on that. Here in the video you can see me cutting it. That's cutting the tile. Went through porcelain very easily. I'm not going to talk about the wet tile saw blade here. That is a Pearl or P4 blade. I picked that up off of Amazon. I'll have that in a link. But what I would like to show you here is just the cutting of the tile. This is all porcelain. Very easy to cut, very easy to maintain throughout the job and stuff. So I was really pleased on how well this chewed through it. The blade especially, but again, we're not going to talk about that. I actually had to adjust the variable a couple times to see if I can do some different stuff with it, and I was really happy about that. So you know, overall I'm pretty impressed by this. I'll be honest, I'm not a big Kobalt guy, just because I'm not a big Kobalt guy. The other option, as you can see, is that it's kind of blank here, but off to the side you can see I have these pans here, and I'll kind of show you that. The pans, extension pans, are pretty nice to have. One of the reasons is that it actually minimizes water waste or the dumpage out the backside when it sprays out the backside. So I'll show you that in just a second. The Kobalt actually has a pretty easy way to get to this to the saw blade, the tile saw blade. It's right in there, and then it has a push button on the other side that you can get it to lock in, and it actually does come with its own wrench. I use a different wrench just because it's a little easier. You can actually pull the spray bar off that has it on here and put it right back on there. And the nice thing about it is you can adjust that up or you can adjust that down depending on where you need the water to spray to. It has one on the back side. You can make that adjustment too. It's a little bit harder. The front one's a little bit easier to get to, so it does like to rub right up against here, so you got to kind of pay attention to where you have it set. I usually have it set right about in here. That way the water's automatically going there onto the tile. But it has a nice guard on the back side of it, and you know, it's fairly basic and easy to deal with. As you can see right here, this is actually a laser level. What am I talking about? This is an LED light for a laser. So if you get it into a dark area or it starts getting a little bit darker, you'll actually see that light, but in broad daylight you're not going to see it unless you've got it covered up somehow or inside a building. Outside here you're not going to see it. So again, this tray does slide and will actually cut a 36-inch tile fairly easy. I've had to do a couple different cowboy maneuvers with this in order to get it to cut tile the way I wanted. So let me just show you how this pan sets up, that way you have an idea of how it works. So it's definitely kind of a piece together as you go kind of thing. You have your back pan, which I do like the fact that it does set in here, and it will allow you to slide it in. It'll flip up so that way you're getting that water retention back in. Very minimal waste that I've had on it, so I was pretty happy with that. So that's the basic pan right there. They also have an extension wing that you can place on there, and it just basically goes right there, and then underneath you just tighten it up. And that wing actually makes it nice because if you're setting a 24-inch tile this way, it's got a little bit more coverage over there, so you don't get a lot of the bouncing and stuff of trying to hold the tile. So you know, like I said, overall I'm really impressed with that. And I don't know if it'll show you how much waste that goes in here, but let me just turn this on, pump the water, and we'll kind of go from there. So, I mean, you can see it's not killing so much water there that it doesn't, it minimizes the spread of it going everywhere, especially if you were in a garage or a shop and something like that in the middle of winter. Last thing you would want is a bunch of water all over your ground and stuff, so, or all over your shop floor and everything to really cause problem. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to get all over at some point, but it's going to minimize it. So, that's really the basics of this saw. That's the positives that I have of it. Now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give you one more positive, and that's gonna be the fact that I can put the pump in a bucket or I can put it in the tray. It does have a slot right here in order to put the pump in there. I actually prefer it to be in a bucket, and the reason why is because this gets so polluted with crap from the tile. It has pieces that falls off constantly, so it just starts to create a bit of a problem when you're trying to keep your water clean. Yeah, so that's my positives. Here's my negatives. My negative is I really don't like this system on how they do it, and they actually offer another one that comes right here where you can spray off your deck. Yeah, okay, that's nice to have, that you can clean off your deck and stuff like that, but it's kind of a real pain in the bleep, bleep, bleep sometimes, simply because it would just be nice if it was in there, you could turn the water on, turn the water off. The other one that I don't like, and I don't know if it's just this switch or if it's actually something else, but it has a reset, a GCFI reset test and stuff like that, and it works. But if you happen to bang it, this actually will go off and you have to reset it every single time you do it. So that to me is a negative, and I don't know if it's just the switch and the switch needs to be changed out, but it's kind of a pain in the you-know-what. So yeah, that's really my only complaint about the whole thing, is just those two. I suppose if I was really just driving to pick at something, I'm not crazy about the bulkiness of this, just because it really does suck up a lot of room in your area, in your shop or your storage shed or wherever you have. I mean, that's if anything, that those are the three things. I mean, the plug-in is the most annoying out of the entire group, but yeah, that's where we're at. So again, this is a floor model that I picked up at Lowe's. I picked it up for like a stupid amount. I mean, it was I think regular was $600, and they actually had it kicked down to like $300, which was below their cost, I think the guy told me. And I'd been in about 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take that if you want to drop the price. And the guy's like, you know what, if you take it right now, I'll take another 75% off of it, and it's yours. So I think I picked it up for like $125, or I don't know, something crazy like that. But sometimes you're in the right place at the right time, and you just got to jump on it. And that's what I usually do at Lowe's, is when I know I need something and they're like, yeah, we'll get rid of it, but you got to take it with you, I'm taking it with me. So again, they have a newer model. It has the same basic features as this. I think the only thing, and I did not look at it really closely when I was in there when I decided to do this, I don't think it has a variable speed, so don't quote me on that for sure. And I think the price went up. I think it's like $6.99 now. So Yeah, if you need one, but you don't want to spend an ungodly amount of money, like $700, um, I mean, this is worth it if you're planning on doing a lot of tile work, which the only reason why I bought it was because I was tired of going to Lowe's and having them cut my tile, coming home, going back, coming home, going back. And after a while, it was just getting old, you know? So that's the reason why I bought it. And I've done 2 bathrooms, the one project we have now and the one previous to that. And I did it, and it's just so much less time consuming. Plus, on top of that, Lowe's got rid of their saw cutting area, which really kicked me in the butt because I would have much rather had that saw than this one because it was an MK, and because that's more of a commercial industrial style tile saw cutting, and apparently that thing went for like, I don't know, $75 or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, totally missed out on that one. Wish I would have got it, but I've been satisfied with this one. This has been really nice to have. Again, if you guys are going to go out and do a bunch of tiling jobs, you know, bathrooms, you got bathrooms you're going to do, your kitchens, blah, 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 whatever, spend the money on it. Because the one thing that I just absolutely hate with okay, hate's a bit hard word. I dislike with a passion is that scoring style tile cutter. I mean, I know the pros use it and they're really good at it, and that's great. I feel happy. I'm happy that they know how to use it, but I suck at it and I don't want to get any better at it because it's a pain in the ass. Plain and simple. I'm sorry. I'm not changing my thought pattern on that one. Now, I will say that you guys who have watched the show since we started, watched the episodes since I started doing the bathroom remodel, there were a couple times that I'm like, maybe I should go get my scoring tile cutter and just get this over with right here. But then I'm like, nope, because I'll break 400 tiles and I'll end up buying more. Well, I ended up buying more anyway, so doesn't really matter. It's 6.5, 1 to a dozen at this point when you're doing home improvement. So you're either damned if you do or you're damned if you don't. That's it. That's really all I got. And I hope this was beneficial for you, that you're able to see this and be able to witness the greatness of this Kobalt. Wish it would have been Milwaukee or something else, but I don't think Milwaukee makes one. So we'll just say I wish it was an MK, but it's not. And I'm not bagging on Kobalt Lowe's. I'm just not a fan. Yeah, so Lowe's, if you're listening, I love you. I love shopping with you. But you need more Metabo. Please get more Metabo. Sorry, I had to plug it. I'm not sponsored by Metabo, but I like Metabo. But this Kobalt has worked out really well. No complaints. Moving on. So, with that said, I really appreciate you all taking the time to watch this. Again, hopefully you got something from it. Hopefully you'll be able to choose wisely as to whether this is functional, or if you're in Lowe's and they have smaller ones that you want to use. And I've used some of their portable ones. Wish I had one to do a review. Hey Lowe's, you know, you could always send it this way and I'll do a review and give you my unbiased opinion on it. So yeah, ta-da. So in ending, I really appreciate y'all watching again. It means a lot every single time you guys log on and watch it from your phones, your computers, your TVs, whatever it is. We are at 77 subscribers, so keep piling in. We're close to 100. Let's get to 100. I'll be happy. Then we can set goals for the next one. And I'm going to continue to do more tool reviews while I do projects and stuff like that, just to help benefit you guys. And to wrap this up, I want to get done with this because it's getting hot and I'm sweating to death. And yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. So you guys keep watching. I'll keep posting. Carry on and have a good day.